does the decentralized nature of crypto mean that KYC and AML checks are impossible? I mean, is the only way to do those on the off-ramps and on-ramps?
I think mainly applicable and most easily applicable on the on-ramps and the off-ramps. So as a centralized, crypto exchange, we've been applying, kind of AML and KYC checks consistently and robustly, as you can imagine, across all of our different operations. I think, there is an issue where we've got some jurisdictions around the world where some of those checks don't exist, or perhaps they exist, but they're not being supervised and enforced enough. And I think that's a problem. And I think that probably has to be ironed out such that we have kind of harmonization. When we talk about, more DeFi and kind of decentralized kind of services, that is kind of going to be harder. And it's there, I think, where we look forward to technologies like decentralized ID to try and square the circle between, being able to interact with decentralized applications in a way in which you can retain more control over your own data. You've got a higher level of kind of privacy. You're not giving everything away for somebody else to monetize, right? And so all of the promises of Web3 and decentralization, I think, will be kind of brought about with things like, decentralized ID, such that we can then make the regulators comfortable that, the basic sanction screening that probably ought to take place and basic kind of KYC and AML checks can happen, but they can happen in a way which is consistent with the kind of the promise of a new kind of version of the internet where, users are more in control, and that where people do not have to give up as much identifiable information, they don't have to. And so I think verifiable credentials and some of these other technologies that people are thinking about are going to play a big role in that future, where we try and square the circle between, ensuring that we have good actors participating, in these kind of products and services, but also ensuring that, individuals are able to retain more control over their data and higher levels of personal privacy.